to the Trapman Sportscast. This is your host, Monica Cherie, and we are here with my guest host, Simbe. Want to say what's up?
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, so we podding today. We sports podding today. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about some different things. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I gotta give you credit. The whole year, you were up on OKC, you were up on Houston, you was up on Cleveland. We're gonna talk about them, and you like Indiana, even though I ain't see it. I ain't see it with Indiana. I did not see it at all. I did not see it. They started off slow, and because they started the season, and they were still even 50 games into the season, 60 games into the season, they were still looking like a okay team, but they're forcing New York to play fast. If you notice, there's a little theme going on.
Yeah,
They forcing New York to play fast, and we talk about intelligent basketball all the time because it's the only sport where stupidity is so in your face, and it's so easy to stop doing that. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
something's not working, just stop. But it's like because basketball, it's like a therapy aspect to it when you watch it. You know somebody's going to continue to do something dumb because ego, that
yeah.
ego. So the Fred Van Vliet step back threes that you and I hate, you knew he never going to stop it.
But 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 you saw when they was in the playoffs, you saw what he was doing. He was hitting them shots because I was talking trash about him the whole playoffs too, but I wasn't watching every game. But my man Fred Van Fleet was averaging like 20 points a game. And I was like,
But
oh, okay. Like my guy really like came to play. Like he came back from injury, came out to play.
but you know that's how averages work.
Mhm.
Over we know Fred Van Vliet is trash,
Yeah.
but over the course of a season and a playoff, included in that trash
Yeah.
is he might have 3 good games in a row,
Right.
4 good games in a good week. Remember when we was doing it? You could have a little good week, and
Yeah.
we used to get confused like, oh shit, is this team good? They just won 3 games in 7 days, and then 2 weeks later, no, they trash. They
But
I
guess
don't know.
who
They
choked? But guess who choked?
I mean,
Jalen
a
Green.
lot of people talk. Hey, hey,
Jalen Green, the
the
choke
roller coaster.
star. We
So
talking
I
about
told you the
we talking
roller
about
coaster.
Mr. Hallie. This nigga was choking the whole playoffs. The whole playoffs he was choking. I was just like, yo, like, are you serious right now?
Uh,
Like to the Warriors?
I'm like, we talked about young teams. We talked about what young teams can do and what they cannot
Hmm.
do. Young teams have a problem with discipline.
Okay.
Young teams have a problem with staying away from variety. What I
Right.
mean by that is, what do I do good? What do I do bad? I'm going to spend this whole game only doing what I do good. And you see that with
Nah,
Shea.
you got to be all over the floor though. That's why Amin Thompson is such such pressure on everyone because he does everything. He rebounds, he
Yeah.
assists, he'll dunk the ball, he'll shoot the ball. I mean,
But you know what he started doing?
all over the floor.
He started, for Amen, he started doing too much. And
Mhm.
later in the series, instead of just keeping his head down, driving to the basket, trying to get to the free throw line, I seen him go a little bit and try
Yeah.
to put it behind his. He tried to get in his bag. I
Mhm.
said, Amen. We say that for next. We too late in the season for you to be trying new moves.
Yeah.
It's April. What you
Not
that? What you?
show up though, but he was trying to turn up for the team though. He was trying to turn up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about young players. Turning up does not mean doing new stuff. Turning up means doing the stuff that got you here with
Mhm.
intention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, like, amen, like you just said, be all over the floor on defense, be
Mm.
chaotic, attack those rebounding, get
Right.
out on the fast break.
Right.
When you get the ball in the half court,
Yeah.
be decisive.
Right.
Dribble hard to the basket or move that ball.
Yeah.
Instead, he tried to get his Kevin Durant on. He tried to get in his bag. A whole lot of turnovers. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about with young
Hot mess.
teams. They not locked in. Whereas look at Shea Gilgis Alexander. He do it every game. He gonna get below that free throw line and shoot that fadeaway.
Yeah.
He gonna get to that spot. That's the
Right.
only place he gonna shoot from. He's going to get there. He's not going to do no new
Too, and
shit.
he can still get the layups. So he can
You
shoot
said
from
what?
anywhere, but he can shoot from 3 too, because he can still get the layups. Oh, and by the way,
Correct.
the word of the day is ingredients, because
Ingredient.
there's ingredients for success. And
Okay.
the ingredients for success, because I was listening to Bill Carina the other day, Mamba
Uh-oh.
mentality. Okay, Mamba
Stay
mentality.
right there.
Okay.
Stay right there. Stay
Okay.
right there.
So that's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing. We got the Mamba mentality going. Okay, that's why we got Tyrese Halliburton doing what he do. Okay, we saw him doing a little. Listen, listen, listen. Look, he got it. He got it. Listen,
Right. I made my daughter read it.
I got some Kobe gear too. What do I got my Kobe towel? Where's my Kobe towel? I don't know where it's at, but I'll find it later. But yeah. So
Mamba
we
mentality.
coming out here, and that's what we showcased in this Pacers game. This Pacers New York game, Madison Square Garden. All the pressure on him. Everybody hugging Jalen Brunson like, yeah, you gonna bring us home the championship. All of a sudden,
Right.
Mr. What the helly, Halliburton. You know
What
what
the
I
hell
mean?
are y'all saying?
Mr.
What the hell is Willie James? What
Nothing.
the hell is Jordan?
My guy got crazy on these niggas. Yo, he went wild on these niggas. I was like, yo, listen, Mr. Halliburton.
So I'm just saying, I didn't believe. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend. You know, I didn't believe in the Pacers. I'm not gonna pretend this
Nah,
is.
I believed in the Pacers. I knew they was gonna pace.
No,
I knew they was gonna pace this game. They had New York playing super fast. Super fast.
super fast. New York, you can't play that fast. Point blank.
They can play fast. They just lazy about it. You saw Carl Anthony. Nah, you know what? No. You saw what happened. Did you see Jalen Brunson lose his breath? Did you see that play?
He's not used to playing at the speed that
Yeah.
the Pacers.
He
The
out there
Pacers,
like he couldn't breathe. He had to pass the ball. Mitchell Robinson, it happened to him too. They couldn't breathe.
now,
Too much energy.
here's what you were right about. The Pacers have broken playoff basketball.
Mhm.
What I mean by that is when you see scores of 138 to 135,
Yeah.
we're used to seeing those kinds of scores in November, in December, in
Mm.
January, in the middle of the regular season where you playing different opponents every night. They just hoop it. You're not used to seeing that in the playoffs because they keep telling you in the playoffs the game slows down. So
Yeah.
we expected the scores to go from the 130s to the 100s and the 90s. Some of these playoff games have been in the 80s.
Right.
But Indiana
But the
is
games that have been in the 80s, like the reason they're low scoring is because they're actually playing a lot of defense. One thing you notice with this New York and Pacers game, they played a lot of offense. They weren't playing much defense because it was too easy for everybody to get to the basket. It was just way too easy. And I was just like, I know it's always high scoring and I know they're playing fast, but they're literally just letting each other get buckets on the other side. That's one thing that I would not like to see in the game tonight that comes on. I would like to see them play a little bit more defense. Block the ball a little more. Not saying that they didn't do too much last game, but they didn't do enough for me. I feel like New York, whether it was the New York or the Pacers, they should have been able to limit each other, and they're not able to do that. And this is one thing because we already know that the Wolves about to get swept, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But one thing OKC will do is they'll slow the game all the way down to the point where they won't let you shoot. If you saw in that first half, I think it was the first half through the second half, that first Wolves OKC game, OKC limited them. They held them at 48 points for like maybe 5 minutes or so. Might not have been that long. I might be exaggerating, but they held them at 48 points. And I was like, okay, see, this is what real defense does. They block the ball, they hold you, they keep you from shooting.
And you was also, I'm gonna give you some motherfucking credit. I'm gonna give you more credit.
Finally, no, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I was really big on OKC does not have enough size for rebounding and defending the paint. And you said their defense ain't built. You said Simba, their defense is built like this, sideways.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that's dumb as hell. Because what they gonna do when they got to face Jokic? What they gonna have to do when they gotta face bigger niggas?
You saw what they did. They took my nigga Alex Caruso. They put Alex Caruso on Jokic. Yo, had that nigga locked up. Locked up. I was like, yo, like, My man
There's no easy nigga.
Caruso and Casey Wallace. That's what they bring out. Everybody always think, oh,
If Casey Wallace and Aaron Wiggins need a fan, you've been preaching about them two niggas all
I have. And
years.
Caruso. But I've been talking about Caruso too. But they give Caruso less minutes than them. But when Caruso come out on the floor, you know he coming to guard. He coming to play defense. He coming to play. He's coming to actually defend the ball. One thing you got to notice about OKC that all these other teams don't really do, and that what I saw the Pacers do the other night, with OKC, they follow ball movement. That's why they're able to catch these passes. They follow the ball movement.
100%.
That's what you need to do to win a championship. Follow the ball movement. Boston don't follow the ball movement like that. They play well and they played great last year, but they played Dallas, like, with all respect. Like, come on. No.
If we can get back to Dallas wasn't okay. Dallas is not on the same level as this OKC team right now.
Right.
This OKC team, nothing. I haven't watched OKC now from the beginning of the year till right now, where there hasn't been one possession, Monica, where I've said what they did was dumb.
Yeah.
And that's rare because every team got do something dumb once a game. I never feel like that any point with OKC. They're either making shots or missing shots, and that's why they win or lose.
But this is the thing that OKC does, and I've been telling you this all year. They adjust their defense. Like when they see that it's not working, they adjust. They say, okay, what can we do to limit them? Maybe we need to play small. Maybe we need to play two bigs at the same time. Because what was happening with Jokic on the floor, you got Caruso on him, right? And then he turned around, and you got the bigs there, and you got everybody else
right there, ready to help.
Yeah, and he can't shoot over them.
No, fuck no.
No.
And by the time he even tried to shoot over them, remember Caruso 6'7", Jokic 7 feet. So imagine a nigga hitting you right here in your hip.
6'9", I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, but still somebody's hitting you below you, and so you can't really get the lift because you got basically a little pit bull at you. And by the time, even if you fight through him and turn around, Hartenstein and Chat is tall as shit right there as soon as you turn. So it's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
To your point, OKC OKC can play any type of defense you want to play. Oh, your best player is Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. Y'all want to play at the perimeter? We ain't got nothing but 6'6" niggas off the bench that we can like a conveyor belt.
I'm just saying.
Wiggins, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, we got a bunch. Oh, you got a big man? We got two big men.
Caruso on Nas Reed last night. I saw it. I was like, oh, this is great. I love this.
And you do. It's like whatever you throw at them, whatever you're good at, it's like they got a Rolodex. It's like they hold on.
We got something for that. We got something for because they probably got a whole playbook. Like these niggas are just playing the game to play it. Finch don't play his bench. Why is Rob Dillingham healthy and you're not playing him at point? Why are you playing Michael Conley at the whole time? Why is he getting minutes? Why is Mike Conley getting minutes? I don't get it. I don't get why Rudy is getting minutes. Rudy been so trash. Like, oh my God. Like, Lord Jesus, please. Like, can you give Rudy a game where he can actually like thrive? Like, Lord Jesus, like you can't get like they're getting around Rudy. So at the end of the day, it's like, because I was kind of nervous because I was like, yo, like when OKC plays on the Pacers, if you notice the Pacers, all of them are big. Like they're just big in size. They humongous.
All of them. Halliburton, they put guard 6'7".
Yeah. But you know what OKC gonna do? They're gonna play small on them niggas. Watch.
OKC low-key big too. Shea 6'7", J-Dub 6'7", Caruso 6'7", Hartenstein and Chet is 7, and remember Chet is 7'3".
I didn't even think about that. And they're remember, big, but they're still smaller in size.
Yeah, but see what I've learned and what I remember, they small in size, but them niggas is quick.
They quick. Their agility and everything is just like
They
they're so
tenacious.
yeah.
They aggressive. They
They're
smart.
pesky, you know,
They
annoying.
never no lazy niggas.
Nah, they're very annoying. Like, and one thing with the Wolves last year, I said the Wolves got tired at the end of every game. They kept getting tired, and that's why they lost to Dallas. Bruh, they're doing the same thing this year. They're tired. They're tired. My other friend, she keep telling me she's never mind. I ain't gonna go there. But the point is, they're tired. They're tired every game. If you look at them, they sweating everywhere. OKC not sweating like that. Are you looking at the players as they play?
Well, they fit.
Not sweating like that. These niggas
Fit.
is sweating bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Bullets.
So
Every game. They sweating like crazy. Like Anthony Edwards on the floor, sweating like he's tired. He's tired. He's tired.
Monica.
He's eating Chipotle every day and he's tired.
Monica, I'm gonna say something. Let me, because I'm about to give some real talk. I'm gonna put on my, because it's a trap that has not been missed.
Okay,
so
let's get it.
Hey, I got my afro, so I'm gonna just put on the front. I'm gonna just.
I got a new hat for you too. I got a new hat for you because we got logos now.
Here we go, dog.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, before this series, if you told me Anthony Edwards was going to become a superstar, I would have said 100%. 2 weeks ago, if you would have said the gap between SGA and Ant was a lot closer than you thought, I would have been with you. I'm sorry, Monica. I'm not a prisoner of the moment. I've been thinking about this for a while. 2 games into this series, if you told me, Sinbad, guess what? This is the highest level Anthony Edwards will ever reach in his career. I'm open to that possibility now. Monica, we too old. We done seen niggas come and go. We done seen niggas have a spark for a year or 3 or 4 and fuck. Niggas, Gilbert Arenas case in point. It's been niggas throughout our lives who look like, oh, that nigga about to be a superstar. He's only 23. And then you turn around and the nigga just, that was it. Whatever you saw at 23, that was the best that nigga gonna ever be. And I'm seeing it with Ant because the thing with Shea that I keep bringing up, Shea, I don't understand.
Consistency.
You know where he's going with the ball. He does not. He goes. Yes, he might shoot the 3 sometimes. Of course, he's going to take it to the basket sometimes. But 99% of the time, he wants to be around where the free throw line is, get close, shoot a fadeaway. He does it all the time. But with Ant, you don't know what Ant going to do per possession, Monica.
You don't. He's not going to get a foul call every time, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. You want to know why? Because he reads you. He's constantly reading you niggas.
Oh, you got some reading right there?
He's reading niggas.
Hey, he's like, oh, you reaching with your hand? You reading on me?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm going to jump with you. Listen, because what you're watching is the same way how I said you can see somebody being dumb. You can see somebody being smart, too. You can see a nigga thinking. You can see Shea is thinking. He is not just going with the flow. He's not just, the vibes. No. Every time the ball is in his hand, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a plan on how points will be generated. And I'm looking at Anthony Edwards, and it looks like a nigga just playing basketball. You know when they say boxing and fighting are 2 different things? Boxing is a chess match on a nigga's body. You're not trying to knock somebody out. You're trying to just gain points. It don't matter if it's a hard punch, if it's a tap. It's the same thing where playoff basketball in the NBA is different than a nigga just hooping. And when I see Anthony Edwards, I feel like I'm watching a nigga hoop. And when I watch SGA, I feel like a nigga with this, Monica. The Mamba mentality.
Right.
All Kobe talk about. Kobe used to watch film. Sometimes he watch film on how you play. Sometimes he just want to watch how your body moves. So that when he in the game, he know how a nigga, you be leaning to the left, so I'm gonna hit you with the yap. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing him. And then I'm seeing Ant. The Minnesota Timberwolves shot 1 free throw the whole first half yesterday, Monica. 1. OKC shot 10.
Let me pull something up real quick because I think people need to understand that like my guy is consistent because I think he went I want to pull my stats up real quick. Give me 1 second because Shea Gilgis Alexander's stats because what y'all didn't notice is like in that first Timberwolves game, um,
Game one.
he shot 10 for 27 in that first game.
Hold on, I won't correct.
Okay,
You talking about game one?
we're talking about Shea Gilgis Alexander because
And game one or
what
game
does
four?
he
Like,
tell his team all the time? If you listen to their interviews after, or if you listen to like, he's always motivating his team, right? He tells Lou Dort one day Lou Dort was just shooting and he wasn't making nothing. He said, "Keep shooting, brother. Keep shooting. One of them will go in." That's what he said. And ever since he said that, like anytime Shea is having a bad shooting night, I know he's probably gonna come back at some point. He went 10 for 27. Okay, and he still had 31 points.
you talking about game one?
Yes. I'm talking about game one. Game two, he did better. He went but I'm saying what I'm saying is he shot less than 50% that first game against the Timberwolves. And the
Mm-hmm.
Timberwolves probably thought they had in the bag. They like, yeah. Like I was talking to one of my friends over there. He's like, yeah, they were up, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, they weren't gonna stay up. Why did you think that they were gonna stay up? Why do y'all think that the Wolves are gonna beat LKC? Like, why do y'all believe
You
that?
know why? You know why? You know why? I'm glad you said this. You know what, Monica? What I like about
Mhm.
us is we come from two different backgrounds, right? You from the suburbs, I'm from the hood. But what we both
Crying.
are attuned to, what we both are attuned to is niggas who do too much, niggas who try. That's universal. If you a black person in tune with your blackness, it's like X-ray goggles. Mm, a nigga doing too much right there. I
Mhm.
spot him right there. Have you noticed? Have you noticed, Monica? I noticed Bomani Jones did this. He was on a podcast with the nigga Miro, and they were talking about how they said Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown was corny, and Anthony Edwards should be the face of the league. Keep this, because my sister put me on this months ago. So I'm listening to them, I'm brushing my teeth, and they basically saying Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum are corny because they do all the right things, they say all the right things, they family men, blah blah blah.
They don't
I
get
thought
text.
I thought, okay, that's interesting. I want to hear why Ant should be the face of the league. It basically came down to he got swag, he got just all this
Okay,
shit.
let me. I'm
Hold on,
sorry.
hold on. Let me say
Let
this
me interject. Go
because
ahead.
they basically, well, and then they were like, oh, he's so Atlanta, and I thought to myself, Bomani got a PhD.
Hmm.
Both his parents is like academics, so he like come from well off black people money. The
Hmm.
nigga Miro, he married to a white woman. He wants to. I say this to say, right? It felt like remember when we were doing the album review on your other show, and we talked about how JT on her album opener, she talked about her whole life and what she really been through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but people who are fans who don't come from her environment, all they want from her is booty shaking music. But
Mhm.
they're not understanding the way you get to be in her. It's a whole lot of trauma, and that's why you get the aesthetic because people, as you know from victims, they want to reclaim their sexuality. So how does that manifest? By being promiscuous, because really their inner child is trying to reclaim something that was taken away from them,
Mhm.
right? Well, that's why boys who are abused, they be extra hard because they want to prove to themselves that they're a man. So it's not enough niggas in the world that they can beat up to heal that inner child. Why do I say that to say that? I know I'm getting deep. It be feeling like some of these Negroes on TV. My sister said this. You won't think it's wild. I thought it was wild too. They essentially like Ant more because they think the nigga cute. And my sister was like, these niggas are saying weird shit because she said they never say nothing about his basketball ability that should make him the face of the league. She was like, they basically talking about how her and her girlfriends as teenagers would talk about another boy. They kept saying his aura, his swag, he's so Atlanta, his smile. I'm like, the nigga smile? We talking about basketball, and you telling me about a nigga's smile and a nigga's swag? What?
Listen, okay, so we gotta talk about the word of the day is ingredients. Okay.
I pull my t-shirt. My t-shirt don't say ingredients.
Yeah,
God damn
I'm
it.
so sorry. I'll get you an ingredients t-shirt. The word of the day is ingredients because they're ingredients for success. So today I was just up just on social media and I saw that Shea Gilgeous Alexander had won the MVP award, right? He gave
Rightfully
a shout out
so.
to his beautiful wife and said, I look forward to spending all this time with you. I'm so like you taught me love, you taught me sacrifice, everything. So that's an ingredient for success. Having a woman around you that actually cares, actually takes care of you, actually loves you, actually wants to support you. Like that's an ingredient for success. What Ant has around him, don't get me
Mm,
wrong.
mm.
All
Should
right,
I mute myself? Should I go
and
ourselves? Take my hands
listen,
off the
listen.
screen?
My guy is he got leeches around him. Here's why he has leeches around him. We've
Talk
seen
your shit.
him with multiple women come out and say, "Oh, I don't want to take care of this child, so I'm just going to pay you." And
Woo!
the amount of trauma that comes from not having one parent in your life is psychotic. So for him to publicly
It's
say
sadistic.
and men to still support him is
Weird.
crazy to me because I'm just
But
like, bruh, this is his karma. He's gonna lose. He's never gonna win a
you
championship
have to.
until he
You
gets
have to
free.
lose.
He has to
What you're,
because
it's
it's karma
successful.
and it's a thing called ingredients for success. And one thing that's not an ingredient is not caring for your children, cheating on your girlfriend who's been there with you since Lord. I don't care if she's an old lady. A lot of older women date younger guys. I
Time out! Time out! Put that on a t-shirt! Put that on a t-shirt! I don't think the old lady.
you're having raw sex with multiple females, having multiple babies, and not taking care of them. That is crazy. That is
That's wild.
crazy. And
That's
anyone
wild,
who
bro.
says it's not crazy is a fucking idiot. I don't
You
care
can't.
who you are. I don't care who you are. Like you're a fucking idiot. Because how do you think that you're gonna go across NBA territory? You're like, this is one thing with the NFL. They don't rock with all that. I wish the NBA would be more like put more of their foot down against all the cheating scandals and all this and this, that, and the third. It does matter. That's a part of your character. What are we doing? Why are we rooting for someone to win a championship that said they don't want to take care of a child? Now,
Man,
this is all speculation based on social media. I have not seen him debunk it. So until he debunks all that, nah, I'm not rocking with that. Like I'm still an Ant-Man fan for what he does, but I'm not an Ant-Man fan for who he is.
Monica, but here's the point. What does he do? I got the stats from game one, game two, but he was also bad. He was bad against the Warriors. He was bad against the Lakers. He just be having these
Yeah.
flashes, and Julius Randle has been hooping, and the others have been
Julius Randle
hooping.
didn't hoop last night, and you know
But
what?
hold on.
Them niggas been resting. So I text my friend. I was like, you know what? Randle tired of carrying the team. She said, tired for what? What is he tired of? Because literally they had a whole little break before. OKC ain't had no break. I told these niggas when the playoffs start. I said when they come in, watch this. Watch this. That first game, if they haven't played in a few days, they're gonna lose it. OKC lost their all the home teams lost their first game in that first round,
Yeah,
right? We saw that.
sitting bad. In the playoffs, you want that.
We saw that, right? That happened.
Yeah,
I said the Wolves are gonna lose this first game against OKC because they've had a break. They've been in Cancun. They've been partying. They're excited to go to the next round. They're gonna lose the game. They lost it, but they're also a team that just doesn't have the tenacity. They don't have the ingredients for success. Rudy Gobert just kicked his women out the house. Y'all gotta realize, like these women matter. Okay, Rob Dillingham, he's a rookie and cheating on his girlfriend publicly. Rudy, like all these winning problems, all of a sudden now these niggas losing. So niggas that women problems are either not public, or you got a leader on your team that loves his woman. So I'm just going, you know what I'm saying?
Monica,
I'm not.
Monica, Monica,
You going?
Monica,
Like, come on. Okay,
Monica. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I'm telling
Talk
you, women
shit.
matter. If you got a trash woman in your life, you're gonna be trash. Like, period. She's not gonna take care. She's not gonna do nothing for you. All she's gonna do is take.
Monica,
I don't get it.
Monica,
That's
I
not
want to add.
ingredient for
No, no,
success.
hold on. I agree with you 100%,
Yeah.
but I want to add something. If you got a trash woman in your life, chances are you're a trash nigga too. Because trash niggas get with trash bitches and have trash kids. That's why we surrounded by so many of these trash ass
Trash bag,
niggas.
mother. Listen,
Hey,
listen.
hold on.
There's so
Because
many trash bags out here. So many.
Because, but Monica, there's a pattern with Anthony Edwards. There's
Yeah.
a pattern with Anthony Edwards that's emerging. They ask him, okay, first of all, let's go to the kids. You want to pay money? You want to pay a lump sum? Think about how hurtful that is. Hold on,
I
Monica.
don't.
Hold on. Monica, time out. Time out. Let me just paint a picture for you.
I'm letting you cut.
I was in the car with you when we was going to record the podcast with you and your daughter, and your dad called. He said he ain't want nothing. He just wanted to hear your voice. You said, nigga, I talked to you just 2 hours ago. So I now keep that frame of reference. Take your dad, subtract him from your life, add $20 million, but he don't want to ever see you. But you got to see his billboards. You got to see him win a gold medal. You got to see him with LeBron. You got to see him with streamers. You got to see him on Gatorade
Not
commercials.
okay.
That nigga don't want to hang out with you. He rather give you more money than any human in your family has ever seen. That is so destructive. Imagine a nigga saying, yo, I never want to hang out with you. I'd rather give your mom a fortune before I hang out with you. What the fuck? That's one thing. So we know he's running away from his fatherhood. They trying to make him the face of the league. What he say, I
No,
don't want to be
no,
the face of the league.
not gonna
So
happen.
but
No.
hold on, Monica. So now he's running away from being a father. Now he's also running away from the responsibilities of a superstar, which is being the face of a franchise in the league. And now in these games, it's manifesting on the court. He's running away from his responsibility to lead them to win. One free throw attempt, you down 0-1 in the conference finals. You take only one free throw in the first half? Huh? Huh? You go 1 for 7 from three. So now, like you say, Monica, people want to say you get in their personal life, but it's bleeding.
It
How
matters
you
though.
because look, you're not a leader at home. You're not a leader to the league, and you're not a leader on the court. So now, nigga, when I hear these people, so that's why I'm really big into words. I'm really big into reading. I'm
Yeah.
really big into what people say and what words mean. And so when I keep seeing people push him, and I'm thinking about the type of people who keep trying to push him on us, I'm like, okay, what about him basketball wise do you like? What does he do at a level that will help a team win? They can't tell you. They say they say swag, they say his style of play, but he don't play winning basketball. He might have winning. He can play good defense. He can score, but he don't do it efficiently. He don't do it at scale, meaning the more shots doesn't mean the more points at more efficiently like Shea does. He just people are falling in love with
One
the
down from
aesthetic.
last night.
He look like how you would want a superstar to look like, but you see people get in trouble with that in their personal life. Girls want a guy who look like this. Dudes want a girl who look like that. The girl you're supposed to be with who don't look like the type you've been liking on Instagram is right there. She the woman of your dreams.
Right.
You like hot sauce on your ice cream. She like hot sauce on her ice cream. But you
Mhm.
chasing that girl over there who don't even eat ice cream, but she look a way that you want to put in your IG story. And
Yeah.
that's when we do turmoil. And that's what we seeing with Anthony Edwards right
Exactly.
now. He a nigga that's going to lead you to turmoil because guess what? The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're not going to be brave enough to do what the Dallas Mavericks did. They will give Anthony Edwards that supermax deal, that $380 million deal that I don't think he ever going to be worth, Monica. I don't think he's going to be worth it. I'm off Anthony Edwards train. I want to be the first one to jump off. Um,
I'm
I don't think
crying right now.
I don't think the nigga got because it's the fatherhood thing that's got me. I can't get past it. I
Yeah.
can't get because
Yeah.
it's because the thing about parenting is once you have a kid, you're gonna unlock new parts of yourself that ain't got nothing to do with the
New
kid.
compartments.
It's an education process for both of y'all niggas.
Right.
Cause you won't put your kid in the program
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make you ask yourself, well, can't Monica do more? Can't Simbe do more? Not even more of physical activity. Can my imagination be bigger? Can I think better thoughts? I'm telling this nigga to watch what they eat. Shouldn't I watch what I eat? Shouldn't like I like you start doing different. You start. Oh, it's just I don't know. So choosing and you also, like we talked about, ingredients. You're creating an abuse victim. What you're doing is abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Giving somebody $20 million to never talk to you, and they're a baby, nigga. You're a killer.
Right.
You have you. This human being will not be normal because of you, and it's so preventable. And you got all the nannies in the world. Literally, the kid could be at your house,
They
and
could
you could
play his girlfriend.
they
She
don't have to be with the girlfriend.
What
You gotta be there. You
else is
gotta.
he doing?
I'm just saying, Monica. I'm just trying to make it the easiest for him. Let's say I had Anthony Edwards' money. I could be talking to you now. The nanny could have a playpen, have a moon bounce house in my big ass backyard, and all the kids want to say is I was at daddy's house. They don't even gotta. They don't even have to interact with dad like that. That's the crazy thing about how easy it is for him, but he's making it harder. He because he's one of the
Who
common.
is around him that is condoning this? Because the way that they showed him on the documentary, I just
Yeah,
would not think that he would be a person that would like.
right. You telling me your dead grandma
In all
was
honesty, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that he actually told someone, "Yeah, I'll just pay you." I don't want to believe that because I just feel like it's not that difficult to take care of your kids.
it's not. And not with
Part of
not with
human nature.
$12 million.
Part of human
Not
nature.
you. It's so
God
easy.
literally put those compartments in us to be able to do that. Like, what is our purpose on earth, right? If we, especially if we're going biblically about it, to reproduce. So you reproducing, but you don't want to be in your kid. I have no respect for anyone who doesn't want to be in their kid's life. I just don't. Like, even I don't care if you're an athlete, whatever. I can like how you play the game. I don't have to like you, and I don't have to support you. And
But it's getting to
I'm
the
not gonna
point.
support them until he steps up, apologizes for telling that girl that he didn't want to take care of that kid and goes from it. This is why it's called the Trapman Sportscast, because we miss traps still while we're playing sports. Okay? It's still about missing traps, but we're talking about sports. And this
But
is something that has been on a lot of people's mind and nobody's addressing it. I don't see nobody talking about it. I see
because them niggas on TV,
everybody.
they don't like women. They don't like women. They don't like kids. I'm convinced these niggas. And when you show that you too don't like women through your actions, them
Mhm.
niggas on TV and on these podcasts will love you.
Yeah.
But because you can see, like I would see when I would go to the gym during the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing.
Mhm.
Anytime I would be like, man, that nigga did it. 50 niggas out of nowhere. No, nigga, the
They be
bullet.
so mad. They be, and you know what? What was funny about it is like at first I was like, wait, how did like all of us was looking at Megan sideways. I ain't gonna hold you, but as time progresses, it's like, yo, like I cannot.
It's because
It was
how you gonna tell me
did it.
that?
It was proven in court. Let it go. But we're here to talk about the playoffs, so
No, I'm only
let's
bringing
not
that
go
up
too far
because
left. But
niggas niggas will act
yeah,
like for example, let's say
look at the hate that Angel Reese is getting. I don't know if you've been watching the WNBA, but look at
you
the
know
hate.
I'm a WNBA fan. I watched all the games this weekend. I
I
watched the
did
Dream.
too. I did. Did you see? But did you see
Every,
the threats that she was getting? And the WNBA had to address it. Like they was threatening Angel.
here's where people are disingenuous with Angel Reese and Caitlin
Hmm.
Clark. Of
Yeah.
course, we have a rivalry. Of course,
Yeah.
the foul that Caitlyn did on Reese had some juice to it.
Right.
And of course, if Angel, guess what though? The problem is the NBA
Hmm.
has never had two players come into the NBA. I'm talking about the MNBA because I think we got
Yeah.
to start calling it the MNBA. If we're going to call it the WNBA, we got to call it the
I'm right
MNBA,
now. Just make
or
it.
else
Listen. Men are supposed to lead. Just let it be the National Basketball
no,
League. I'm sorry.
because then the W becomes a pejorative.
Basketball
It can
Association.
just, because it could just be the NBA men's division, women's division. But
Hmm.
now the W becomes a slur because you're basically saying, well, true national basketball can only be played by men, and then some other version of basketball is played by women. I don't like that. I got a daughter. I feel away.
I don't feel like it. I mean, I do feel like it's that way on a especially on a political level and everything. But I think overall, like, I feel like just they did. I just don't like the fact that like I got to do so much just to watch these games. Like last
Yeah.
night, I think it was the Lynx. Was no, it wasn't the Lynx. I think it was the Indiana
I
Fever.
thought it was the Fever versus the Dream versus Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, it was. They played the Dream, and it was only available on Prime. I think it was, or something like that. And I was just like, why are y'all making stuff so difficult to watch?
Yeah. But like I said, in the NBA, the last time you had two players coming to the NBA with the stature of Angel Reese
Hmm.
and Caitlin Clark was literally Magic and Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, because these two they played in the Final Four
Hmm.
against each other. They played in the national championship against each other. Angel Reese in her rookie year, people forget she broke the WNBA record for rebounds in the season. She's on some Dennis Rodman shit. She's one of the
Yeah,
greatest rebounders in history
yeah.
already. Caitlin Clark is a dynamo. She's on some Steph Curry
But
shit.
listen, Caitlin Clark also gets her rebounds.
So what I'm trying to say is, the NBA, the men's version has never. It's been 50 years, 40 years since they've had two rookies come into the league and instantly been top five players. Angel Reese, as a defender and rebounder, is a top five player. Caitlin
I
Clark,
don't know
as,
about that, sir. I don't know about that. I don't know about
as,
that. But I'm
yes,
listening. I'm listening.
oh,
I'm open to it. I don't know about that. She missed like 4 layups in a row, and she
she
got
not
a
a
rebound.
player. She
But
not a
listen, I can't
Well, you
I
don't
can't.
judge Rudy Gobert like that. You don't judge Ben Wallace, Rudy Gobert like that, Bill Russell
Oh
like
yes,
that.
I do judge Rudy Gobert like that.
But why he's
He's
not a
trash.
scorer?
He
He's
is no
not really.
reason why he's a defensive player of the year. There's no reason.
I
He
mean,
don't get rebounds. He might get a few blocks. Rudy's trash too. I don't care how much you rebound. If you can't shoot the shot, you're an NBA player. I've been out on the court recently. I'm shooting these shots. These same shots that these people are shooting. I made one
oh,
3-pointer. Okay.
oh,
So
this nigga here, this
nah, nah,
nigga here.
that nah,
I
that
make him three
like I
pointer.
played
I
tomorrow,
make
I'm
him
gonna
three
run and I
pointer.
got
You
whooped.
jabroni.
It's cool, but at the end of the day, I'm not a WNBA player or an NBA player, right? I'm not a professional. If I can make the shots and get the rebounds, you should be able to make the shots and get the rebounds. Why am
What
I
I'm
making
saying,
shots? I'm 5'5", mind you. I'm five
what
five,
I'm,
and I can shoot the layups.
my point is, Angel Reese right now is averaging 15 rebounds a game. My point
Yeah,
is,
that's awesome. That's
my
awesome.
point is, as, as a rookie now in her second year, she is the best in the league at something important, rebounding. What I'm saying is, Caitlin Clark in her rookie year, she led the NBA in points generated through points and assists. So what I'm saying is, if the NBA had that, we wouldn't be talking about this discourse between
Yeah.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark the way it is. So of course, if I'm the best at rebounding and defense, you're the best at scoring, and we got a rivalry from college. Of course, every time I see you, nigga, it's up.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I beat you in my junior year, you beat me in my senior year. I don't fuck with you.
Right.
Now, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I
Mhm.
do not hate you. But when we compete against each other, nigga, I don't fuck with you. And why is it? I don't understand. Like, it's sports. It's universal.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're making it a race thing, a gender thing. Niggas is going
It's
back
not
and
a race
forth.
thing or a gender thing. It's just a basketball
No,
thing. Like
I'm saying that's what the media is doing.
that's
But in
crazy.
reality, it's this is what you want from. We keep begging NBA players to be on this type of time. We beg NBA players to be on this type of time. Stop dapping each other up. Stop doing TikTok dances.
No, no, no,
But
no.
now,
You want to know something funny? The other night, when the Wolves were playing OKC, I saw Nas Reed. I saw him smiling as he had a turnover, and
mm,
then I also saw him smile as someone shot a three over him.
come on now.
I saw him smiling at a turnover, and I keep telling people this. I saw him smiling. Why? Why do you think it's funny? Why is it funny to you?
It's not fun.
It's a playoff game. Why is it's for like this could change your life. This could change your salary. Why are you laughing because you turned the ball over? Why are you smiling? What are you smiling about? What did Nicki Minaj say a long time ago? Why are you smiling if you're broke? Why are you or something like that? I don't know, whatever she said. My point is, why are you smiling?
Damn.
Why are you smiling? If you turn the ball, he turned the ball over and smiled about it. And I sat there and I looked and I said, is this nigga smiling?
Yeah, retarded.
Are you serious? So
Because
they're not taking the game seriously. They're getting paid their salary once they get into the I think it should be more like a performance based thing. I don't think that they should get I think their contracts should be like 2 years, two, maybe three. I think all these longer 5 year, whatever, I just I don't agree with it because they're not performing. Because we see people like what's his name that played for the Suns, Bradley Beal, get these max contracts and underperform for the
ruins
majority
multiple
of the season, and then they'll pick up the ball every now and then and say, "All right, let me shoot like 20 this game or something like that." You know what I'm saying? But overall, they're not. They're just getting paid to sit there. Embiid got how much did Embiid get paid to sit the whole season basically?
He signed
And
what, a new
we're
deal, 3 years,
backtracking, but at the same
196.
time, what I'm saying is they're not taking the game seriously enough for me. The Pacers are taking it seriously. New York's taking it seriously. OKC taking it seriously. I feel like some of the players on the Wolves are taking it seriously. The other ones are just like,
Depending on what day of the week you catch the Wolves,
yeah,
they take it serious.
they taking it seriously. But when I saw him smiling at a turnover, I was just like, I mean, are you laughing because you feel like you just like what are you smiling about that for? I just didn't feel like that was a reason to smile, and that just made me very upset. Mm.
One thing to add to your point that got me was after game one, Ant and Julius Randle went to the podium and they saw the stat sheet of how poor they played that game and they started laughing. That bothered me because
Randall didn't
if
play
you
that
look,
bad last game.
I'm just saying, but
Mhm.
still, there's nothing to laugh about at the
Yeah,
podium when you lose by 26, game one of the Western Conference Finals. And to your point, the team that blew you out by 26, they played on Sunday. You haven't played since last week.
right.
And it makes me think of how when Shea goes to the podium after they lose games in the playoffs,
Hmm.
it's the nigga who's locked in.
But
Um,
did you see that last quarter yesterday? They didn't play Julius Randle at all, and I understand he was shooting bricks all night. I understand that, but that didn't make any sense. Let's be for
yeah,
real. Why would you take him out the whole fourth quarter? He went 2 for 11. He still had a chance to come back.
2 for 11.
Points,
Um,
zero
two
to
for 11.
from
Here's
three.
my issue. Here's my issue, Monica. Julius Randle, big, swole, buff, tall nigga. Why are you only shooting 2 free throws the whole game? You big, you huff and puff all the time. You shoot. You see all his teeth all the time, looking like a big gorilla, but you're not driving to the lane. I got more for you, Monica. Nas Reed, 7 feet tall, 6 free throw attempts in 28 minutes. Everybody got to press the motherfucking issue when it comes to getting to the line. I don't understand. Anthony Edwards had 10 free throw attempts, but he only made 7. You can't just get to the free throw line. You got to make all of them motherfuckers. It's the playoffs. So this is why I go back, Monica, when you say, or when people say, I don't care about us off the court. I like on the court. I'm at the point where I'm asking people, tell me when you watch Anthony Edwards, what are you liking? Because I'm seeing a nigga who's not taking over, who's not shutting nobody down, who's not dominating, who's not pressing the line, who's not pressing the issue. So I'm asking, what is it y'all niggas like? Not specifically just you, but I'm saying, y'all keep saying y'all like this nigga. I keep telling y'all I see shit. All I see is shit on the court I do not like. And I keep hearing I like him, and it feels like I'm watching niggas drink the Kool-Aid. It feels like a
They
popularity
are drinking the
contest.
Kool-Aid, but they are drinking the Kool-Aid.
Okay, cool.
And no,
Then
no, no,
now,
no, no. But they're drinking the Kool-Aid from the YouTube warriors. That's what you got to understand. A lot of these niggas are drinking it. Half these niggas don't even watch the game. Let's just be for real right now. They watch
All right.
highlights. They don't watch the actual whole game. So they're not seeing everything that's going on. They're just seeing the highlights. And they're like, oh, yeah, he shot 30, but it's great. What is he doing though? Like with each possession? Like
Right.
we heard him earlier this season crying about getting double teamed. Okay.
You're
Well,
supposed to get double teamed.
yeah, like
Get double
but he was crying about it. So in what world do you think that like I don't get it. And he's handling the double teaming better now. Pause. It sound crazy.
No, you're right because
Man.
the, I get why you paused it, but you're
Yeah.
right. The way the when the second defender is
Mhm.
about to close in, first of all, I already should have a plan on how I'm gonna handle two defenders anyway. Like like I should have on the plane on the bus at breakfast. We eat breakfast together. Yo, Monica. Yo, Monica. When the double comes, if it comes from that side, this side, whatever. Hey, I'm gonna need you at the top of the key, Monica. Be ready to come get the basketball from me, Monica. Hey, show for me, Monica, because you know the doubles coming. If we go up 5 points, if we go up 8 points, like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
What are y'all discussing y'all free time? It's not like it's new shit. You know the doubles always coming. So
Right.
why is it? It's always like it's the first time every game that has ever seen it. Like no one's ever doubled before. Huh? They doubling Shay. Y'all doubling Shay. You
They
see Shay?
tripling Shay. They be tripling Shay. But you
And
don't see Gilgis Alexander out here doing interviews. They was double teaming me. I don't know what to do when they double team me. What do I do?
now this is where stats can be
Nigga, it's
misleading.
called defense, bitch. Like, what are you
This,
talking about right now?
Here's how stats can be misleading, Monica. Because Anthony Edwards had 0 turnovers last night. I didn't think he handled the defense well, even though he had no turnovers. So
Hmm.
on his face, it looked like he handled it well because he had 6 assists and no turnovers. He had 32 points, but this is why you were talking. And he ended the night on 12 of 26, so 46%. Seems good on his face. But to your point, people watch YouTube, you have to watch the game. The
Right.
stats can look good. 32 points on 46% from the field sounds excellent.
Yeah.
If you watch the game, the nigga was a non-factor. He
Right.
never mattered at all. He played 40 minutes. It didn't matter. But that's why you have to watch because the game has a flow. And you know there's surges from both teams throughout the game. But you have to watch that shit the whole way. You can't watch from YouTube because you'll never notice that a nigga can have 32 points, 0 turnovers, and shoot 46% from the field and
Hmm.
be a non-factor, not matter, not even a
Yeah,
little bit.
because Chet was very much active. And even though he only had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, he was very much active in getting those alley oops. He was very much
But
active. Okay. Hartenstein, not so much. Now, if we do want to talk about players who I feel like need definitely to improve, Hartenstein is one of those people. He needs to do more. He doesn't get enough rebounds for me. He's a center.
no,
I just
not enough, not enough,
I
not
just
enough for me,
but
not enough for me
listen to his stats
personally.
though. Hartenstein stats, like Hartenstein stats.
He
Hold
had
on.
eight
I gotta
rebounds last night,
he has 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Okay.
unacceptable.
So why
Why are you out there? Why are you 7 feet tall and out there? Because you're not there to shoot. You're not there to score. We need
he's
you on some
good at
Angel
scaring
Reese.
people. He's good at scaring people.
You know what? They need
He's
Angel
good at
Reese.
scaring people because he
They
big.
need Angel, they
But
need
come
Angel
on.
Reese. They need Angel Reese and her 15
Why
rebounds a
is
game.
Jalen Williams getting more rebounds than Hartenstein? He's a forward. J Dub, Jalen Williams. Why are you
Yeah.
getting like? I mean, it's just Lugens Dort had 8 rebounds. Lugens Dort is
What?
Lugens Dort had 8 rebounds and 9 points. This nigga Hartenstein had 8 rebounds.
Why are you saying that
Lugens
nigga's
Dort is
government
like,
name?
oh, like what are we doing right now? Like what are we doing for him?
Why you tell that man his government name, Lugan's Dort?
Ludor, whatever.
Hold on. But you know what? You know what they do well, Monica. Now that I'm looking at it, they had three players with 8 rebounds or more: Lou Dort, Hartenstein, and then Chet. So they do rebound as a collective. OKC rebounds as a collective very
But
well.
but the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert had 9 rebounds, Anthony Edwards had 9 rebounds, and Nas Reed had 8. So
Yeah,
they
so
both
they was
rebounded
about
as
even.
well.
Here's what I noticed though. Both teams, both teams are playing at, I would say, not that fast of a pace. The Minnesota Timberwolves took 87 shots. Um,
36 out of 87. And
and
okay, 25 for
they,
90,
yeah, so they took nine. So
50%.
the pace, not that high. They're in that 90 shot range.
Mm.
Whereas as when we start talking about the East, hey, the other night, Indiana took 100 shots. So
Yeah.
they don't care about I saw some
Man,
I was watching the game.
Indiana was running around on them boys. That was funny.
Indiana don't care if they miss or make the shot. All Indiana wants to do, I think Indiana averaged, I think it was a shot and a half attempt per minute.
Did you
So
see Neesmith though?
it's volume. Yes. Neesmith had, and he hit 5 threes in a
He had
row.
30 points.
So they're just getting it up there. That's all Indiana wants to do is just get them shots up. They don't care how it goes.
Yeah,
They don't care.
they just want to. I mean, but okay, so okay, because this is the last topic we're gonna talk about because I gotta get to work. But let's talk about the Pacers real quick because OKC Wolves all done cool, whatever. We saw what happened last night. It was embarrassing again. Um,
Mhm.
this whole like New York being up by 10, 57, what was it, 54 seconds on the clock or something like that. It was 50 something seconds on the clock. For the Pacers to be able to come back that easily and for people to be online saying, oh, Tyrese Halliburton, he double dribbled. Oh, they didn't call this foul. Making excuses for the fact that New York felt safe where they were. And so they basically gave the game up. They was getting all the hype from everybody in the crowd. You see all the celebrities at the game, everything going on. And for you to let someone score 10 points on you within a minute, foul you out like that, like it was nuts to me. That was a nuts game. I watched the whole thing happen. I watched Tyrese Halliburton hit that overtime, and I was like, thank you, because I needed that money in my hands. I needed Jalen Brunson to take one more shot. So I was very happy about that. Don't mind me. I love to sports bet. Just the fact that you let them come back like that was psychotic to me. Psychotic. I know you
I
have thoughts about that because that did you watch the actual you watched the whole 54 seconds into overtime?
I watched
That
the
was
entire
nuts.
game. I watched the entire. Well, number one. If you look, I have some. So in the second half, just from the second half alone, um, the Pacers
Towns had
outplayed.
35 points and Brunson had 43 points. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no.
just putting that into perspective. I'm just putting this into perspective.
Mhm,
But go ahead.
mhm. But my issue is when you get to overtime, right? Here's my issue in overtime.
Hmm.
Karl Anthony Towns, he took 2 shots in overtime,
Hmm.
2 points. Jalen Brunson, overtime, he took 3 shots, scored one, 6 points, made four free throws. Then I look at Indiana. Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, he only scored 2 points in overtime. But guess what? Your boy Nemhard, who you've been talking about all year, gave you 7 points in overtime. Obi Toppin was 2 for 2. So my issue is in overtime, you see the Pacers made 6 of 11, and the Knicks were 3 of 8. So what I'm saying is the pace does not stop for Indiana.
Hmm.
They continue to push the pace in overtime in the fourth quarter. They do not care. They all they want to do is get shots up. In the fourth quarter, they took 23 shots. The Knicks took 22.
Keep shooting.
But they took 12 threes. The
Consistency.
Knicks only took 9. So they are pushing that mother flipping pace
Hmm.
with a vengeance. But here's the other thing: Jalen Brunson played 6 minutes and 38 seconds in the fourth quarter. Guess what your boy? Ingredients for success. Tyrese Halliburton played 9 minutes. I don't. Why are you sitting down? Why are you sitting down, Jalen? You gotta play the whole fourth. You gotta play
He
the whole
couldn't
fourth.
breathe. He was on the floor like this, grasping his chest.
And then I think the Indiana Pacers is going to win this series and go on to
Hmm.
the NBA Finals. I think they're going to win tonight, and I think they're going to win in five.
I don't think they're gonna win tonight. I think Jalen Brunson is very disappointed with himself. I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance tonight. Now Cat. Now, okay. So one thing. Can we look at this real quick? Because if
Whatever
you
you want.
notice, how many of the Pacers were in double figures for the entire game? Let's look at that. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six Pacers were in double figures for this game. For New York, we only had four. New York, Jalen Brunson and Kat were doing the entirety of the work with Mikal Bridges. OG Ananobi, he had 16 points. I can't be mad at him. Josh Hart was rebounding his butt off, but them shots wasn't going in. How many shots did Josh Hart take? He took field goal percentage 50%.
He took six.
Yeah, he took six shots. Why did Josh Hart not take more shots? Why? I mean, my Mitchell Robinson, he's a rebounder, so I'm not, and he's just really being incorporated, really. So I'm not mad at him. Cameron Payne, 6 points is crazy. For him to be on the floor doing all this, shooting the three and doing all these facial expressions, they need more offense. They need more offense. That's the point. That's the point.
Um,
Karl Anthony Towns has done numbers for them, but at the same time, they traded him for Julius Randle. They traded Julius Randle for him, whatever. I don't get what's going on. I don't see it. I don't know what's going on with the Knicks. I really need OG Ananobi to be at least 25 points tonight. I need Karl Anthony Towns to be at least, he had 35, but I need him at least 25. I need everyone to be shooting tonight, and I need everyone to be making those shots. I need you niggas out on the court at 3 a.m. making 1,000 shots, and I need you to make at least 500 of them. That's what I need. That's what I need from the New York Knicks right now.
here's the issue. Here's the issue that I have with the New York Knicks that they got to correct from game one. Um, Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson took a combined 42 shots. Right? Keep that in mind. Tyrese Halliburton
Mm.
and Pascal Siakam took a combined 39 shots. Okay, so that's your two best players on both teams. All right, that's
Mhm.
how many shots they took. The Pacers took 100 shots in total. New York only took 94 shots in total. Here's where the pace comes and kicks you. All the others from the Pacers, not everyone except their two best players, took a total of 61 shots. For the Knicks, everyone outside of Cat and Jalen Brunson took only 52 shots. So you got nine more
They
shot
both shot
attempts.
51. They both shot 51% though.
Not oh yeah, but I'm just saying like the other Knicks, you got to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
Y'all only took 51 shots among how many other niggas played? So
Right.
that means between one, two, three, four, five, six, seven niggas. Seven niggas only took 52 shots. Keep in mind, for the Pacers, you get one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight niggas. Eight other niggas took 61 shots. So
That's crazy.
uh, the name here, if you're the Knicks, you got two things you can either do.
Hmm.
Slow the game down, but it's hard to slow the game
Nah, they
down
can't slow the Pacers down.
because the Pacers,
Yeah.
they run if you score, they run off of a rebound, they will run. They're committed,
Oh.
they're committed. They don't care about it's hard to battle a team who does not care about the result. They're divorced from the result. All they care about is the shot attempt. It's
Hmm.
like the attempt is worth more than making it.
It is. It is.
Be- because yeah, so you can't get out. Forget about being outscored. You can't get out attempted by nine because you lost by three. You
Yeah.
lost by three, so you wasn't aggressive enough.
He wasn't. They wasn't.
You
But
wasn't.
I don't know if you got any prop picks for tonight. I'm
Picks
just
for the night.
mine's
I
okay.
don't got no props. You can
I
go.
know I've actually been winning. So every night. So whether it's one game or two games, whatever I bet on, I've been winning WNBA and NBA. So I'm taking Jalen Brunson for 30 points. I'm taking Aaron Neesmith for 9.5 points. I don't care that he shot 30 last game. I don't trust him. Taking Miles Turner for over 13.5. Tyrese Halliburton, 17.5. Josh Hart, 9.5 points, which actually might be a mistake, so I might not do that. But these are just picks. I'm not taking all of these. OG Ananobi, 14.5. Anthony Towns, 10.5 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, 6 rebounds. TJ McConnell, 2 assists. He's consistent. It's an ingredient for success, being consistent. Josh Hart, I'm taking him for 5 assists. Josh Hart, I'm taking him for 7 rebounds. Tyrese Halliburton, 2 made threes, and Aaron Neesmith, 2 made threes. Y'all can pick what you want from there if you add it all together. It's +8,445, which is obviously too high. Pick 3 legs and go with it. I'm trying to help y'all make money.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. I think the
Now
Lakers
you can. I got some WNBA picks too, but I might just post those later. I'll see.
Yeah, I think. So who do you have? You have the Knicks winning tonight.
Huh?
You have the Knicks winning tonight.
I got the Knicks taking it tonight. I think they can take it tonight because I still feel like they're very hungry. I feel like they can take it tonight. So I
Okay.
really hope
Okay.
that they can take it tonight. I don't want to see any of these series in 4 games. I don't want to see OKC beat Minnesota in 4 games. I want everyone to actually fight, like bring the ingredients for success and actually fight. So that is my take for tonight. You got any extra comments before we get off of here today?
I'm just excited to see. Uh, I think OKC in the next round will be able to get the Pacers to slow down, but that's
Mhm.
just because they have the ingredients to. I
Yeah.
do not think New York has the ingredients to. Specifically because New York has a point guard that's 6 feet 1 inches tall,
Mhm.
and Indiana has a point guard that's 6'7". And I hate to make it as simple as height, but I'm gonna do it.
Let's do that Mamba mentality tonight. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, so I got Indy, you got New York.
I got
I
New
have
York.
I got Indy winning by at least 15 points.
Hmm.
I think New York's gonna come out charged up, and I think Indiana's style of play plays on your emotion. So if you play charged up, it's gonna because what charged up means for the Knicks is they're gonna come out firing. But that's how Indiana wants to play. So if you come out trying to prove a point, Indiana is like seducing you. It's like how they say when you're in quicksand, you need to
I
compose
take
yourself,
Indiana tonight.
huh?
I might take Indiana tonight.
Indiana is seducing New York into playing fast. Oh, you want to prove a point? You want to prove you can keep up with us? Oh, you want to score 140?
Yeah.
Good. We
We
want to
gonna
score.
score 170, nigga. What's up?
That's what we want to do. That's the game we trying to play.
I'm
So
telling you.
yeah, so
But yeah.
that's it. That's
But
it.
yeah, thank y'all for tuning into the Trapman Sportscast. Thank you for my host being here today. Kasimbe. You want to tell them what to
Appreciate
follow you
it.
at?
Oh, here. I
Okay.
don't even know
Follow
about
him
that.
for the pod, okay?
Follow me. Okay, yeah, only. I'm pod exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But you can follow me at It's Monica Cherie. You can follow me at the Trapman Sportscast. You can also follow the Trapman's podcast as well. And yeah, so yeah, peace. Good luck to everybody tonight. Oh, FanDuel also, because I'm trying to get sponsored, they have a 50% boost tonight. So
Ooh,
let's get it.
perfection.
Yeah, see, you might have to do that betting tonight. You might have to bet tonight. You might have to put a
Yeah.
little $20 on something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't be putting no hundreds on nothing, but you know what I'm saying? $20 at 50% boost is crazy. But
That.
yeah, peace, y'all. I'm out.